So why did I get rid of the 2018 magnetic gray Tundra that I love so much and shot so many videos on for this 2020 Tundra with the same essential package as what I had before in the Platinum 4-wheel drive? Well, the truth of the matter is I didn't get rid of my 2018. I actually sold it to my daughter and son-in-law. They were interested in it, and it made sense for me at this point in time to get this other vehicle. But so that was the first and only real reason that I got rid of my 2018. Other than that, why it was the perfect vehicle for me. The other reason why this 2020, it only had 14,000 miles on it. And then I could extend the time that I would have what is essentially the greatest half-ton ever built, in my opinion. And I haven't seen anybody prove that differently yet. And I test drove pretty much everything out there except for the Ram. I test drove the new Ford Limited with the power boost. I test drove the AT4 and Denali versions of the GMC Sierra 1500. I test drove the high country version of the Chevrolet 1500. None of those appealed to me as much as getting another Tundra did. And certainly the new Tundra didn't appeal to me at all. I've talked about that vehicle. That vehicle still has a lot of issues to iron out. This particular truck actually had a build date of August 2019. It went for sale in November of 2019. It's January of 20 is when it was leased by the first owner, and had it for a total of just under 14,000 miles. I actually picked it up with 14,128 miles. Effectively, it was a new vehicle with only 14,000 miles on it. But the other key thing in there is that those build dates and that first sale date, this is a pre-COVID truck. Now, does that mean I think if you've got a 2020 built after March 10th of 2020 that's necessarily a problem? No. Does it mean that if it's 2021 it's a problem? No. Now if it's 2022 to a 2024 you got a problem, but that's not really a COVID problem. That's just a unique to that vehicle problem. But I did like that this was a pre-COVID truck. Now another thing with picking this truck up is there were some features. I'm going to see if this works here in this lighting, but I have the key and see. Yep, you can see that the dome light came on there as I approached with the key. It does that with the key in your pocket if the vehicle is locked. That's nice at night, and we'll see if we can do that again as I get close. Yep, you can see that dome light comes on right there. As I back away, it typically will go off here in just a little bit, but that's a really nice feature in the evening. The other thing you pick up with this truck that I don't have is keyless entry, which is also nice. While you just put your hand either on the driver's or passenger's door just like this, and you can hear it unlock and it opens. And then of course to shut it, you shut it, place your hand there and it locks. It's a very nice feature. The push button start, Now I did pick up, so you can see that parking sensor is now way down here, and my line of sight is about like this, so I can't see it. But you can see, did pick up a couple of new USB outlets down here. Always had one, now there's 3 underneath the dash here. Always helps when my wife and I travel to have more stuff up front. She usually has at least her phone and sometimes another device plugged in while we're traveling, so that was very helpful. Over here you can see the push button start, but the other big thing, this is stock Entune system, comes with Apple CarPlay now. I added an aftermarket head unit to my other vehicle so that I could add Apple CarPlay. Don't have to do that with this one because it comes stock. Of course, that means the head unit is not as powerful and not as good, and I'm back to the sound quality in here really being below average. I'll talk about that later in some upcoming videos, but overall, happy to have the CarPlay system in here. And with having the CarPlay system in here, I have all the map systems, Apple Maps, Waze, Google Maps, all of those, along with the stock navigation unit that comes with the vehicle. With my aftermarket, I had given up the stock navigation. Now that's returned, and that is actually useful for me sometimes when I travel as well. Now with destination, I think this vehicle stickered at about 56K initially. The 2018 I had was right at about 52K initially. I paid 48 for my 2018 brand new. This one I paid exactly 52 for brand new. Now the interesting thing about that is if you go back to when I purchased my 2018 in February of 2018 and you look up the inflation rate when I paid 48 for it, well, thank you very much to our politicians who increased our money supply and made our money worth a whole lot less. But this would almost a 20% change. That 48K would correspond to about 59K today. And so up by more than 11,000 from what I paid to get this same truck. This time I got this one with more features and paying 52K for it. Well, you say, well, if it was effectively new with only 14,000 miles on a Tundra. It wasn't absolutely new, but it was effectively new. And getting it effectively new, that 52K would be around 42K today. So I actually got it at what I consider to be a pretty significantly discounted rate. And then the final thing about purchasing this one in particular is that it came with a bunch of already added mods, and the mods were mostly things that I would have added. It has the rear sway bar, which for me, when I tow, you can kind of see the red right there for the TRD rear sway bar. This one already had that added. If you look at the running boards here, it's got the power deployable amp research running boards to it. My wife really loves those. I wouldn't have spent the money on them, but it's got the step here that I utilize. It's got this backflip MX4 tonneau. Now, I do not love this tonneau, and maybe some people have better luck with it than I will. We'll talk about that more. It also came with this bed extender. Again, I believe that's supplied by Amp Research. All very, very nice features. When you add up everything that this truck had added and modded to it, it came out to about $5,200 in mods. So not only was I getting it effectively a lot less expensive than what I got my other one, even though I was paying more, but because of the inflation rate, 52K is really like 42K in 2018. I was also getting it with $5,000 of additional mods. So it really made this a very good purchase for me, I think, overall, especially since I was able to sell my other one to my daughter and my son-in-law for a very advantageous price for them. Now, I've already put 5,000 miles on this truck. So I've had a chance to tow across the country and back with it. Only had it for roughly a month now, a little bit longer than a month, but I've had a chance to tow across the country and back with it. Already put 5,000 miles on it. So there are going to be plenty of upcoming reviews on it and plenty of comparisons to my 2018 that I'm going to do going forward. But suffice it to say right now, I'm very happy with it, just like I was with my last truck. And when you consider the other things I had considered in the marketplace, why I ended up saving at least $20,000 buying this 2020 truck that I am very confident will outlast any other new truck on the market from 2023 or 2024.